As soon as Wolf began to feel that he would like a decent meal, he went and knocked on Grandma's door.
When Grandma opened it, she saw the sharp white teeth, the horrid grin, and Wolfie said,
"May I come in?"
Poor Grandmama was terrified. "He's going to eat me up!" she cried. And she was absolutely right. He ate her up in one big bite.
But Grandmama was small and tough, and Wolfie wailed,
"I've got to have another helping."
Then added with a frightful leap,
"I'm therefore going to wait right here till little Miss Red Riding Hood comes home from walking in the wood."
He quickly put on Grandma's clothes. Of course he hadn't eaten those.
He dressed himself in coat and hat, he put on shoes, and after that he even brushed and curled his hair, then sat himself in Grandma's chair.
In came the little girl in red. She stopped, she stared, and then she said,
"But Grandma, what great big ears you have."
"Oh, the better to hear you with,"
the wolf replied.
"But Grandma, what great big eyes you have,"
said Little Red Riding Hood.
"Oh, the better to see you with,"
the wolf replied.
He sat there watching her and smiled. He thought,
"I'm going to eat this child. Compared to her old grandmama, she's going to taste like caviar."
Then Little Red Riding Hood said,
"But what a lovely great big furry jacket you have on, Grandma."
"That's wrong.
cried Wolf.
Have you forgot to tell me what big teeth I've got? Ah, no matter what you say, I'm going to eat you anyway."
The small girl smiles, one eyelid flickers. She whips a pistol from her knickers. She aims at the creature's head, and bang, 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 she shoots him dead.
A few weeks later, in the woods, I came across Miss Riding Hood. But what a change, no cloak of red, no silly hood upon her head.
She said,
"Hello, I'm pleased you know my lovely furry wolfskin coat."
The animal I really dig above all others is the pig. Pigs are noble, pigs are clever, pigs are courteous. However, now and then to break this rule, one meets a pig who is a fool. What, for example, would you say if strolling through the woods one day, right there in front of you, you saw a pig who'd built his house of straw? The wolf who saw it licked his lips and said,
"That pig has had its chips. Little pig, let me come in."
"No, no, not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin."
"Well then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in."
The little pig began to pray, but Wolfie blew his house away. He shouted,
"Bacon, pork and ham. Oh, what a lucky wolf I am."
and though he ate the pig quite fast, he carefully kept the tail till last. Wolf wandered on a try-ho bloated. Surprise, surprise, for he soon noted another little house for pigs, and this one had been built of twigs.
Little pig, let me come in."
No, no, by the hairs of my chinny chin chin."
"Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in."
The little pig began to squeal. He cried,
"Wolf, you've had one meal. Why can't we talk and make a deal?"
The wolf replied,
"Not on your Nelly.
and soon the pig was in his belly.
Two juicy little pigs.
Wolf cried,
But still, I'm not satisfied. I know full well my tummy's bulging, but oh how I adore indulging."
So, creeping quietly as a mouse, the wolf approached another house, a house which also had inside a little piggy trying to hide. But this one, piggy number 3, was bright and brainy as could be. No straw for him, no twigs or sticks. This pig had built his house of bricks.
"You'll not get me."
The piggy cried.
"I'll blow you down."
don't think you've got enough.
The wolf huffed and puffed and blew. The house stayed up as good as new.
If I can't blow it down,
The wolf said,
I'll have to blow it up instead. I'll come back in the dead of night and blow it up with dynamite.
Pig cried.
You brute, I might have known.
Then, picking up the telephone, he dialed as quickly as he could the number of Red Riding Hood.
Hello?
She said,
Who's speaking? Who? Hello, Piggy. How do you do?
Pig cried.
I need your help, Miss Hood. Oh, help me, please. Do you think you could?
I'll try, of
Miss Hood
course.
replied.
What's on your mind?
A wolf!
Pig cried.
I know you've dealt with wolves before, and now I've got one at my door.
My darling pig.
She said.
My sweet. That's something really up my street. I've just begun to wash my hair, but when it's dry, I'll be right there.
A short while later, through the wood, came striding brave Miss Riding Hood. The wolf stood there, his eyes ablaze, and yellowish like mayonnaise. Once more the maiden's eyelid flickers. She draws the pistol from her knickers. Once more she hits the vital spot and kills him with a single shot. Pig, peeping through the window, stood and yelled,
Well done, Miss Riding Hood.
Ah, Piglet, you must never trust young ladies from the upper crust. For now, Miss Riding Hood, one notes, not only has 2 wolfskin coats, but when she goes from place to place, she has a pigskin travelling case.
Jack's mother said,
We're a stony brook. Go out and find some wealthy bloke. He'll buy our cow. Just say she's sound and worth at least £100. But don't you dare to let him know that she's as old as Billy O.
Jack led the old brown cow away and came back a little after and said,
Oh, Mumsy dear, guess what? Your clever little boy has got, I really don't know how, a super trade-in for our cow.
The mother said,
You little creep. I'll bet you sold her much too cheap.
When Jack produced one lousy bean, his stout old mother turning green, leaped up in the air and cried,
I'm absolutely stupefied. You crazy boy. Do you really mean you've sold our Daisy for a bean?
She snatched the bean, she yelled,
You chump.
and flung it on the rubbish dump. Then summoning up all her power, she beat the boy for half an hour, using, and nothing could be meaner, the handle of a vacuum cleaner. At 10 p.m. or thereabout, the little bean began to sprout. By morning it had grown so tall, you couldn't see the top at all. Young Jack cried,
Mum, admit it now, it's better than a rotten cow.
No. You look up there. Look very high and you'll behold each single leaf is solid gold.
By gollikins, the boy was right. Now glistening in the morning light, the mother actually perceives a mass of lovely golden leaves. She yells out loud,
My sainted souls, I'll sell the minnie by a rose. Don't stand and gate, you little clot. Get up there and grab the lot.
Jack was nimble, Jack was keen. He scrambled up the mighty bean. Up and up he went without a stop. But just as he was near the top, a ghastly frightening thing occurred. Not far above his head he heard a big deep voice, a rumbling thing that made the very heavens ring. It shouted loud,
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman.
Jack was frightened, Jack was quick, and down he climbed in half a tick.
Oh, Mum, believe you me, there's something nasty up our tree. I saw him, Mum, my gizzard froze, a giant with a clever nose.
A clever nose?
Mother hissed.
You must be going round the twist.
He smelled me out. I swear it, Mum. He said he smelled an Englishman.
The mother said,
And well he might. I've told you every single night to take a bath because you smell. But would you do it? Would you, hell? You even made your mother shrink because of your unholy stink.
Jack answered,
Well, if you're so clean, why don't you climb the crazy bean?
By gad I will, there's life within the old dog still.
She hitched her skirts above her knee and disappeared right up the tree. Now would the giant smell us, Mum? Jack listened to the for fun. Gears laughed. He wondered when the dreaded words were coming then. From somewhere high above the ground there came a frightful crunching sound. He heard the giant mutter twice.
By gosh, that tasted very nice. Although,
In little grumpy tones,
I wish there weren't so many bones.
By Christopher. By gum. That giant's eating up my mum. He smelled her out. She's in his belly. I had a hunch that she was smelly.
Jack stood there gazing knowingly upon the huge and golden tree. He murmured softly,
Golly gosh, I guess I'll have to take a wash if I am going to climb this tree without the giant smelling me. In fact, a bath is my only hope.
He rushed indoors and grabbed the soap. He scrubbed his body everywhere. He even washed and rinsed his hair. He did his teeth, he blew his nose, and he went out smelling like a rose. Once more he climbed the mighty bean. The giant sat there, gross obscene, muttering through his vicious teeth, while Jack sat tensely just beneath, muttering aloud.
Fee-fi-fo-fum. Right now I can't smell anyone.
Jack waited till the giant slept, and then along the boughs he crept. He gathered so much gold, I swear, he was an instant millionaire.
A bath
He said,
does seem to pay. I'm going to have one every day.